People have wondered for centuries if mermaids really exist. Here is proof that mermaids might exist all over the world. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let's get it going. 10. Tenshu Kyusha Shrine. For hundreds of years, people have wondered if mermaids are real. Sailors have told stories about seeing mermaids and mermen for centuries. The problem is, nobody has really been able to prove they exist. Sure, people have taken pictures of what they swear are mermaids, but we don't really have anything specific to compare it to. There's really no scientific reason to think they exist. In Japan, they have built a shrine to what they believe is the oldest mermaid ever. At the Tenshu Kyusha Shrine in Fujinomiya, Japan, there is a mummified fossil of what appears to be a mermaid. This mermaid is believed to be about 1,400 years old. Ancient stories claim that a prince who fancied himself a regular fisherman went fishing in protective waters. This is where he encountered the mermaid who put a curse on him so that he was never able to catch a fish again. It is said that the mermaid told the prince that if he would build a shrine to him, he would lift the curse. And now, 1,400 years later, we still have a shrine intact in Japan. It kind of looks like a weird creature with a tail, but we're not sure if this is a mermaid. You be the judge. This next clip is nice and warm. 9. Big Bend Power Plant Manatee Viewing Area. It makes sense that a mermaid would live amongst the adorable manatees, right? In Apollo Beach, Florida, there is a manatee viewing area right near the Big Bend Power Plant. In a picture taken at the viewing area, you can see what appears to be a mermaid off to the side. You can see the shape of a mermaid amongst the floating manatees. A lot of people have claimed to see mermaids swimming around in what is essentially a cesspool of water in South Florida. The manatees like it there because when the waste is dumped, it makes the water nice and warm. Manatees love warm water, and apparently so do mermaids. We can't imagine why mermaids would want to spend their time swimming amongst waste like this, but hey, you never know. They may just like hanging out with the manatees. The mermaid in this next clip is just creepy. 8. Fiji Mermaid at Nature Museum in Vermont. If you've ever wanted to see a creepy little fossil, you should check out the Fiji Mermaid display at the National Museum in Grafton, Vermont. This classic Fiji mermaid was found in a fraternal lodge in Vermont and was moved to the museum. This ugly creature has all the characteristics of a typical Barnum-esque hybrid, with all kinds of animal parts combined to make one ugly creature. It has the tail that we'd expect to see with the classic mermaid. One weird thing about this mermaid is that it has a mustache. We have no actual research to let us know if a mermaid can have a mustache, but it could always be a merman, right? A lot of experts say that this is probably a monkey and not a real mermaid, but if that's the case, what kind of monkey has a tail like that? The museum doesn't keep the mermaid out all the time. They keep it in their basement and only bring it out for special occasions, and we can see why. It would scare small children and make a lot of people lose their lunch. This next video made the list even though they may not be real mermaids. 7. Juju Mermaids. Okay, so maybe they aren't technically mermaids, but these women have become a staple in Jeju-si Island in South Korea. They're called Haeunyo, and they are women who are responsible for the community's fishing duties. These women are such skilled fishermen, or fisherwomen, that they can actually dive down into the water and catch the fish with their hands. Most of the women who do this are older. The younger women in South Korea don't really have an interest in carrying out the tradition of Haeunyo. We can't really blame them. Who would want to spend their days swimming in the waters of South Korea and catching fish for everyone? Young women in South Korea have much higher hopes for themselves. The reason these women are called mermaids is because their diving motion and their ability to catch fish with their hands. They also resemble mermaids as they glide across the water with their fishing gear. Finally, this next video shows us that men can be mermaids too. 6. Banff Merman. This mermaid, located in Banff, Canada, may be natural or it could be man-made. We just don't know for sure. It has the classic Fiji mermaid tail and human body. It's also one of the ugliest creatures we've ever seen. The lower half of his body actually looks like a silver fish with a scaly texture that appears to be peeling. He is kept in a glass aquarium in a Canadian shop. This merman is definitely what we're used to seeing from mermaids. There's nothing beautiful about it though. There is speculation that the owner of this Canadian shop where the merman is kept created this merman, but he claims it's real and even puts up a little history about the merman on its display case. You tell us, you think the merman is real or fake? This next video shows more of what you were hoping for this list. 5. Wikiwachi. Florida seems to be a home for a lot of mermaids. If you're in the Weeki Wachee area of Florida, you've got to check out the mermaids there. It's referred to as the City of Mermaids because of its live mermaid performances. So yeah, these mermaids may not be actual mermaids, but they have been performing there since 1947. The mermaids in Weeki Wachee resemble what us Westerners think real mermaids look like. They have flowing hair, beautiful faces, and bright-colored bodies. They perform underwater for their audience, moving and gliding through the water. They're in underwater tanks where there are scuba divers nearby in case of an emergency. And boy, can these women hold their breath. They stay underwater for several minutes at a time for each performance. The cool thing is that the mayor of Weeki Wachee used to be a mermaid performer herself, so we have a mermaid as mayor of a city named for mermaids. This is the only city in the world that can say that. Check out this next segment to see the other Little Mermaid. 4. Little Mermaid. We've all seen the movie The Little Mermaid. Whether our kids made us watch it on repeat when they were younger or we loved it ourselves, everybody knows who Ariel is. The strange thing is, long before there was the movie, there was a statue. If you visit Copenhagen, Denmark, you'll get to see the stone statue by the water entitled The Little Mermaid. The piece was inspired by a story written by storyteller Hans Christian Andersen. We all know Andersen was the country's biggest claim to fame. Andersen's story was about a mermaid who fell in love with the natural world and had to decide to stay a mermaid or to follow her dreams of living in the real world. The statue embodies all that we think about a mermaid. The beautiful girl on top is a woman with flowing hair and people features. On the bottom is a fish-like body with their traditional mermaid tail. It may not be alive, but it definitely deserves a place on our list. This place is worth revisiting. Check out this next clip. 3. Vicky Smith. We go back to Weeki Wachee to visit the oldest living mermaid in the world. Vicky Smith was one of the first performing mermaids in Weeki Wachee, Florida. She started working as a performer 2 days after she graduated high school back in 1957. She was only 17 years old at the time. She serves as the matriarch of the legendary Sirens of Weeki Wachee Springs. This group of women are mostly in their 60s and 70s and get together to perform for the town. Smith says that, unlike what we think of when we imagine mermaids, she doesn't wear all the fancy makeup. She said all she's ever done is put on her suit and get in the water. At 78 years old, Smith is able to call her own shots. She does what she wants and still enjoys performing as one of the oldest local mermaids in Florida. Smith said that when she was a performer, she was given a 4-hour training program. Then she was told to get in the water and join other performers. Back in the 50s, Smith made $3 per show. Today, the mermaids make up about $10 an hour while performing. Not bad to dress up like a mermaid and swim. The last thing you'd expect in Camden is a mermaid. Check out this next clip. 2. Camden Aquarium. Camden, New Jersey is known for a lot of things, but mermaids is not one of them. Crime and scary neighborhoods, yes. Mermaids, no. However, at the Camden waterfront is one of the nicest areas in New Jersey. It has battleships and an area-favorite aquarium. And inside that aquarium, you'll find swimming mermaids. You can go and watch mermaids swim in a giant tank. You can even arrange to meet a real-life mermaid. You can talk to them about what it's like to be a mermaid. You can even get a VIP tour of the mermaid's lair. You can visit the aquarium's Stingray Beach Club, where the mermaids take a break from swimming and relax by the water. You can see their amazing tails as they take in the sun and sand. Now we've come to your favorite part of the video. I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works. 1. Coney Island. People love going to Coney Island, New York. Known for their roller coasters and hot dogs, Coney Island is also home to one of the biggest mermaid festivals in the world. Every year, Coney Island holds a mermaid parade where real-life mermaids get to show off their stuff. People from all over the world gather in Coney Island dressed in their mermaid costumes. The parade contains a lot of mermaids and lots of floats. There is a huge carnival atmosphere, and there is a lot of cool food and fun for the crowd and the mermaids. They have been holding the parade for 37 years now. And wait till you get a look at some of the mermaids who take part in the parade. Girls, guys, kids. It really doesn't matter what you look like. Everyone can be a mermaid at heart. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and if you did, well, it's your lucky day. For every single person that likes this video, you'll get to swim with a real-life mermaid for 5 minutes. Thanks for watching, and have an excellent day.